Ubisoft has been getting flack lately, and it's sad. Look at all the great games they used to make. You got Assassin's Creed, you got Far Cry 3. Dude, they even made a game for the King Kong movie. This game was ambitious and brilliant for its time and stands up to games even today. Ubisoft games have created a design philosophy with their open worlds. They dubbed it the Ubisoft design. However, this design, although people make fun of it now, was revolutionary for its time. It made open worlds like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood fun as hell to traverse. In Far Cry 2, they changed the game with having weapons degrade over time and amping things up more in Far Cry 3. The game was a full-fledged open world game with so much to shoot, hunt, and explore. It had a phenomenal hunting system with incredible animations for recovering health and skinning animals, great character development of the main character Jason, and some fantastic themes and characters like Voss and Hoyt. Yes, I thought Hoyt was cool too, not just Voss, but yes, Voss was one of the best characters in gaming history. His insanity, his craziness, his mental instability created tension and weight for the plot and narrative. Then, let's look at King Kong the game. This was a first-person shooter that had an unbelievable amount of atmosphere and tone, with some incredible music and sound design that created tension and adrenaline. So much adrenaline gets pumped when I play this game, and not to mention it even lets you go into third person and fight as King Kong. Holy shit. This game was beyond ambitious, it was beyond atmospheric, it was beyond cinematic, it was a true relic of gaming history. These games were so ahead of the curve on so many levels, we have to remember the things that Ubisoft got right. Over a period of time, Ubisoft has created a design philosophy for their open world design, going to a tower full of enemies of the opposite faction, taking over the tower and turning it into an extension of your character, taking over towers, towns, places. This design has been utilized in so many video games, even in games like Ghost of Tsushima, because this design has been copied and replicated in so many games, including Ubisoft's own games. They get hated on for it, and people say this has been overused. We're tired of it, it needs to go. It's been memed and made fun of now, but why? You see, this was a groundbreaking gameplay design at one point. So why the sudden change? Why the sudden disrespect of revolutionary gaming mechanics? Because it had been done so many times and other games used it as well, and people got tired of seeing it and eventually split apart from their fascination with Ubisoft's design. When this happened, people started to hate on Ubisoft hard, and it's sad to see. Ubisoft makes incredible games. They have time and time again innovated in the video game genre. When they first made Assassin's Creed, it was revolutionary for its time. It was open, flexible, free, and had a versatile environment for people to explore and see. It was a game changer. Ubisoft developed this. They made game changers. They made trend setters. Ubisoft's design was so innovative, their games such trendsetters, so many underrated relics of gaming achievements. The things they do with their games are fascinating and inspiring. There's so many game franchises that they built up from the ground up. The fact that Ubisoft is now seen in such a negative light, how unfair to developers that actually innovated. Do you realize how good of a game that was? King Kong the game, holy this game was out of this world. This was some of the best mixture of gameplay design, and even was some of the best mixture of gameplay design ever put to a first-person shooter. First, it was an atmospheric, intense shooter. Then, it was a third-person action game, letting you play as Kong. Every aspect of this game creates so much tension and weight. The music, the sound design, the atmosphere, the tone, even your very breathing lets you know how much health you have left. This game was so ahead of its time. I grew up on Ubisoft games. Come on, we have to remember their greatness. The things they did right, the stuff that they were able to achieve. Assassin's Creed was revolutionary, with groundbreaking parkour mechanics that no other game had. Ubisoft innovated in ways other developers had to learn from and follow. The stealth mechanics, the side activities, the taking over towers, the assassination of targets, Leonardo da Vinci's war machines, the assassin tombs. There's just so much they crafted here, so much fluctuating the open world environment. And let me just say, I hate how they call it the Ubisoft formula. That can kick rocks. Ubisoft's got some great games, and those people act like their word is law, and everything is objective. So annoying and crazy the they do. And they say this stuff, come on now. Don't even pay that any mind. See, this is really something. They used to make such great stuff. You gotta stop hating just for the sake of it and bring up real points. Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, King Kong the game, and you say that stuff, please touch grass. These games are incredible, and Ubisoft has gotten way too much flack over the years. Holy shit, are these games innovated. That was cool as playing as King Kong, slaying people down and doing all that crazy shit. That was absolutely incredible. Do you realize the level of you can do in that game? Or Assassin's Creed, all the stuff you can explore and discover, especially with the parkour mechanics. And these are some compelling and creative pieces of art, and Ubisoft, the company that people trash all day, are the ones who gave you such relics. You gotta remember that. Remember Splinter Cell Chaos Theory? A game that let you complete things in multiple different ways, a game that let you interrogate people and add some of the best quotes and lines for interrogation. This game was a huge trendsetter, and it's still to this day an underrated relic. This game even inspired the likes of Batman Begins. It's that innovative. Far Cry 2 was an intense atmospheric game with some intense gameplay design that made you think about survival. Even Far Cry 3 did not have all these innovative features, such as weapon degradation. Man, this game was so innovative. It's foolish they dubbed this design philosophy, the one founded in games like Far Cry 3 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, of taking over towers, and this was later dubbed as the Ubisoft formula. Well, the formula, if you want to call it that, works, and it works quite well. And it works so well that it even inspired games like Ghost of Tsushima to utilize this formula. So if it was really that bad, then why is a great game like Ghost of Tsushima utilizing it? So that is wrong. The Ubisoft design and formula, as they call it, is designed to fluctuate the open world, and it's fun. That's something you don't always get out of AAA titles these days. Fun. A game that's actually fun to play and not always meant to be taken too seriously. It's meant to be enjoyed. There's entertainment value in taking over a tower and having these things to do in the open world environment. It's engaging. Rainbow Six Siege, a game that allowed you to fight other players in a variety of different ways, with different classes and characters that all have their own unique gameplay design and function. This game was competitive, hardcore, intense, engaging, and unique, as most multiplayer shooters are quite straightforward. Not this. You can literally use a camera against your own opponent and see their position on the map. You can save hostages and kill other players with precision and special tools and gadgets. It was grounded, intense, and most importantly, fun. Rainbow Six Siege was a lot of fun. And for a while, that was a lot of people's go-to game because of the amount of dedication and skill it took to play it, and it rewarded dedication. It was worth it. I've gotten final kill cams, top of the game lobby, and overall had an absolute blast with this game. For Honor, this is my brother's game right here. He loves this. For Honor was a game with a unique combat system with abilities, techniques, and combo moves. You could utilize this online to have an epic fight to the death as either a knight or samurai or many other swordsmen. This game was so fucking cool and so fucking raw and hardcore and awesome. It was multiplayer, that's right, you got to utilize a great, well-made combat system online. Holy, that's awesome. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, holy cow. This game was huge. You got to do assassination contracts, stealth missions, missions that let you complete them in different ways, taking down a large sea animal, finding treasure, boarding someone's ship, and taking over the crew. It's so vast and big, and there's so much to do that you actually want to do. The key to a great open world is that it fluctuates its content with handcrafted things that make you actually want to experience them, and it's not just fluctuated with pointless stuff you don't want to do. AC4 gives you so much cool stuff that it's a lot of fun to do, and you get to be a badass pirate roaming the land, exploring, hunting, finding, killing, and it's so much fun. Remember what Ubisoft did right. Don't just focus on the mistakes they made or what they did wrong. Constructive criticism can go a long way over the years, and people think it's cool to trash them now, to give them flack. I'm here to take that and say no. Ubisoft makes great stuff, and I'm impressed with their portfolio. And I wish more games had cool and fun things like this, especially in the modern era. where it's getting harder and harder to find great games like this, especially with live service, microtransactions, and not even owning your own games. That's a nightmare. Ubisoft during this climate makes games that are huge, vast, and with things to do that you actually want to do in a game, like Far Cry 3 or Assassin's Creed 4. These games were actually fun. That's not always something you get to experience with modern gaming. Let's talk about the characters they have created. Different people. The villain from Far Cry 3, Voss. The villain from Far Cry 4, they were great. Haytham Kenway from Assassin's Creed 3, fantastic characterization. Edward Kenway, such a great character. Jason from Far Cry 3, dude, he was such a plausible and realistic person. You really felt his struggles and his journey. You felt the pain, the agony, the realism. He felt like how a real person would react to first shooting and firing a gun, and to experience these traumatic things for the first time. Cesare Borgia and Rodrigo Borgia from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2. Man, were these some vicious villains. They were no joke. These were some of the best villains ever put to an Ubisoft game. Cesare was crazy, borderline insane, but had some compelling dialogue and fantastic acting from the voice actor that played him. You have Rodrigo, this sly and manipulative dude orchestrated so many catastrophic like events in the story, and you have to stop him. It's fantastic characterization and build-up as it's completely unexpected. Look at all the different unique characters, worlds, and gameplay design Ubisoft adds to their games. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. This game was a masterclass of video game design. This game, how could you get on Ubisoft after playing a game like this? First off, you could stop time itself in-game. Then it gets deeper. Let's say you just did parkour. Yes, there's parkour, so cool. Anywho, let's say you do some parkour and die. You can reverse time and unkill yourself and go back and try again, thus changing the timeline of your own game. Holy sweet flippity flying that's incredible. What kind of brilliant game design is this? What the is this brilliant Ubisoft? Not half bad. This game also had a combat system that was fun and engaging, and it had parkour mechanics. Before Assassin's Creed, yes, this was the pioneer of what Assassin's Creed would later perfect and make more realistic and believable. It all started with this game. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Holy this game was so good. It was so innovative, it was creative, it had a fleshed out combat system with incredible parkour mechanics, and great platforming, and manipulation of time and space and gameplay. Wow, it was so innovative, out of this world. Ubisoft games are relics. They are brilliant underneath the problems, issues, and struggles of their company. I know there's bullcrap and nonsense afoot when it comes to certain things, but we gotta acknowledge what they've done right for their games, and remember the greatness they've created. We can't pretend like that didn't happen. They did great things that can't be forgotten. They must be remembered, celebrated, understood, dissected, and most importantly, appreciated. Ubisoft's brilliance, their unique way of making games, the Ubisoft formula and design, and I'll admit, I'm a sucker for it, and it showed up in Ghost of Tsushima, and people had no complaints, so they can't say nothing about that. Ubisoft, the games you've made, you practically crafted childhoods. You practically innovated in a way unique from any company. You stand out from many other developers out there. Hang in there, Ubisoft. There's still greatness in you yet.